Hi everyone, this is Lucinda from Yellow Chic Road. Welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we would investigate if this little bag is even worth it, because we have had another price rise with Louis Vuitton, another price rise. They're just layering it on thick before Christmas. Before we dive into that, please make sure you like and subscribe before you leave, because I would love to have you back. So this bag, everybody wants, well, I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people want to get their hands on this bag. I've had it for a good amount of time so far, so I also want to speak on wear and tear. But I also want to speak to the fact that this has had 2 price rises since its inception, and it has only been available since the end of September. We are now the end of November and 2 price rises. So for instance, I thought we would pick to pieces each component and how much they cost, say if one was to get the relative item, you know, separately, and see whether this even measures up. So just for a baseline, this bag here in Australia, I think when it was first released was, I can tell you exactly, just so we're dealing with facts, because we're all about facts for sure. So it was 2,240 Australian dollars. So that's how much you paid if you pre-ordered this item. It had a price increase before it was released. So it went from 2,240 to 2,370, which is what I paid because I bought it on the day of release. So on the day of release, it went up. And since then, it's gone up again, and now it is 2,450. So it is 2,450 Australian dollars. And I just think everything's getting more expensive, everything's getting a little crazy. Let's see if this piece is even worth it. Let's dissect it. So let's start with the round coin purse. So this particular piece, obviously this exact piece from the bag is not available separately, but its most comparable piece is the round coin purse, which is this little guy. And this little guy now retails, because I think everything's had a price increase. So this little guy now retails for $345. So this now retails for 345 Australian dollars. So as you can sort of see, it's pretty much a very similar concept there between the two. Except this guy, like all the other pieces on this bag, you've got the mix of the mini monogram and the classic monogram. I did do a nice little reveal video on this, which I compared sizing from this particular piece to the mini pochette and the pochette accessoires. So I will link that down below if you haven't seen that one already. The next piece we can sort of compare is the mini pochette accessoire, and that is similar to this front pouch here. And this here retails now for 410 Australian dollars. So keep these numbers in mind, guys, because it all adds up. Next, we have the classic pochette accessoire. So that is, again, most similar to this main compartment back here. Obviously just a touch shorter, but very, very comparable. And this one here retails for 785 Australian dollars. Now, when it comes to the strap, you can't exactly buy this khaki strap, or if you got the rose clair, you can't buy the exact rose clair strap separately, but they have made other color iterations that is available to purchase separately. Now, funnily enough, the separate straps have disappeared from the Australian website. I'm not sure if that means that we're not getting them here anymore in Australia, but they are still available, well, still available to be viewed on the US website, on the French website, and last time I checked, these were 645 Australian dollars, so you can only assume since the latest price increase it would have gone to like 695. Like, let's whack an extra $50 on there, so 695 Australian. So if we were to tally all of those numbers up in our brains, in our calculators on our phones. More like it. It is 2,235 Australian dollars. So, is it worth it price-wise? This is 2,450. All of those items separately are 2,235. Yeah, I think it is worth it. I didn't even include what this would have been as an addition, which is the little chain detail. The fact that you can actually unclip and reconfigure this. You're not going to be able to actually do that with each item separately. Some people have managed to put these things together, and again, I think that's really clever, but it's not going to be with the ease that you get with the Multi Pochette Accessoires. So I still think, despite 2 price increases, I still think this is worth it. And I think the fact that you get the mix of the multi monograms, you've got the small and the classic, I think that makes it worth it for sure. So everyone, I thought I would run through a bit of wear and tear on this bag, given I have used it quite a few times, and I just thought it'd be nice to update you all. So basically the main thing and let me tell you, I am not hard wearing on my bags. I take really good care of my bags. I am one of those loser people that puts their bag on a chair as opposed to on the ground. I don't know, I just feel like it'll be mean to put this on the ground. But anyway, so what I have noticed so far is pretty substantial scratching on this hardware. Now, I was super perplexed as to why this was happening, and my only thought was that this just somehow hits against the rest of the hardware and causes superficial scratching. I've never actually had this kind of level of scratching before on my bags in terms of the hardware, but it's just something to note on this one because I have never noticed it before, and here we are with scratches on this hardware. I know a lot of people were concerned about the strap, being that it's a fabric strap. I can't really see anything wrong with my strap. I think the weave is still very much intact and nothing really to write home about there. And as for the very minor Vachetta leather, the untreated leather on the bag, I haven't seen anything, again, to write home about. But as I said, I do take good care of my bags. While I do use and enjoy them, I never sort of abuse them and expect them to be invincible because you pay good money for them. I know it's simply stuff, and stuff still needs to be taken care of. So I would say overall this bag has held up really beautifully, and I have really enjoyed wearing it. I've only been wearing it in this existing configuration as you see it here, all put together, and I really like it that way. But yeah, the only thing I will say is I'm a little bummed at how scratched this particular hardware piece has gotten, but nothing too bad. Apologies if you hear dogs barking or construction. I'm dealing with noise. It all adds to the effect of reality. Anyway, sorry about the noise. So everyone, I hope you enjoyed that little video on, I just thought it would be really interesting to break it down properly. Let's get to the nuts and bolts of things. Is it worth it? Is it not? I say it is. I give it a big green tick. If you can get your hands on it and you love this bag, you buy it because it'll serve you well. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks so much. Bye.